Hello, everyone. How are you doing? Hope you all have a great day. I'm here again with the beautiful Ambreen Perves, the business coach, to talk about money mindset. Ambreen, I'm so happy you are here with us. Thank you so much for taking your time and be here with us to talk about money mindset.
Thank you so much for having me here, Hazel. I've been looking forward to your podcast.
Uh, Thank you so much. So, tell me a little bit about you and what do you do? When did you start this journey?
So I started I came into self-development back in 2011 and 12, where I was leading a team of 20 people, teaching them how to communicate better with the patient in the hospital. So I was, giving trainings, delivering trainings across the different hospital in Oslo, Norway. And then in 2016, I decided to start for my own because I was like, this is my call. I want to do something different. I want to work for myself. So that's where the online journey started. And I've been working with some amazing coaches, leading some coaches, coaching programs. And here I am. I mostly work with women of color because I do believe that, lots of women, they are stepping up, but then they end up, you know, struggling or face different challenges. So my main aim is to help women of color be more bold, visible, and get paid.
That's nice. Amazing. So we are here to talk about money mindset, and this topic is such an important topic for me, and is important for all entrepreneurs. What is your definition for this topic for money mindset?
So I would say, money mindset that you mentioned is a huge topic. So we can touch on different aspects of that. For me personally, I believe money mindset is the belief you have about money, the unconscious belief you have developed since your childhood, whether it's positive beliefs or negative beliefs. They all are a part of your money mindset.
True.
So whether you think that, oh, it's so easy to get money, or you feel like, oh my God, it's so hard to get money, they're part of your money mindset.
That's true. That's so true. Okay, so you said that you've been working in a hospital and then you started this work for yourself. I think from this point, I have a question before
Yeah.
starting the other questions. I have this question, which is most hard. Like, this is the hardest part for any entrepreneur who wants to start their own business. Because if they have a job, for example, 9 to 5 job, it's already something. They already have something, money. And when they start, they have a mind, they have a belief like they make around a lot of money. They have this. But say, if we start our own business, we are going to make a lot of money. But what if we don't? They say, what if we don't? We already have some money, like it's secure. And should we give up on this to start something else? A lot of people have this belief. So what was that for you? Did you have the same thing?
For me, it was more like, as you said, lots of entrepreneurs, when we want to start our own business, we go online, we see other entrepreneurs portraying the beach office. They're having their drink there, and it all looks so fancy, it all looks so shiny, and you feel like, oh my God, this is awesome. I want to have my office in the beach. I just want to sit there and have a drink or whatever it is, right? I want to enjoy life. But the reality is, it's not going to be easy.
Yeah.
And believe me, I have tried to work from a beach, and I was like, what? This is so disturbing. There are lots of people around you. You're not focused. I'm like, how? How do people portray that this is so easy? I did that in the summer, we were traveling around, and I was like, okay, one of the day I decided, I'm just gonna, have my laptop with me. I'm gonna do some work, and my husband and kid, they can play. But believe me, I was so distracted. It was noisy, even though the view was beautiful, and weather was amazing. And I was like, I don't want to sit here and do the work. I want to enjoy the weather. I want to enjoy the beach, right? But this is the picture that is portrayed online, that you think like this is the dream life. But in reality, it's impossible to sit there. You want to enjoy the sun, sunset. You want to enjoy the life. You want to enjoy the present moment. So I experienced that this summer. So going back to when I started, yes, I had a dream. Everything gonna be fine. And when I decided to become entrepreneur or online coach, my whole family, they were like, oh my God, are you crazy? You're leading a team of 20 people, and what's wrong with you? You have a stable income, you are already doing six-figure months, so what's the problem? Right? And I was like, you know what, this is my dream, this is my call, I'm gonna do it. And here you go, Ambreen. You start, you struggle. You struggle, you struggle, you struggle. You end up investing money, 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 money. In the end, you're in debt. You're like, oh, I'm broke. Not that you are homeless. Not everyone, like, you hear these stories on internet. Oh, I was a homeless person, or I was a drug addicted. Now I am six-figure or seven-figure coach. All amazing, but this is not the reality for most of the women who start. Some of them have a stable income, but they still want to start, they still want to be present with the family, they want to become their own boss, right? So when I started, and the bank amount reduced month by month, because online business is not just about, just about, hey, I'm gonna start, and my focus was like, fancy stuff. So I bought all the glittery stuff, right? I'm not a high heel person. I got nice high heels, I got blazers. I was like, I'm gonna be an online entrepreneur. I need to have my, mascara ready, my red lipstick ready, my heels ready, everything. So my office was ready. And even I bought the coffee cups, which were like all glittery, right? But the reality is that's just shiny objects. The reality is also that it's not going to be easy. It's hard. You don't know how many sleepless nights I have had. You don't know how many rejections I felt, because every time someone said no to me in the beginning, I was taking that personally. Oh, something is wrong with me. I have so much potential. I'm working so hard to build this up. It's not happening. Right? Some days it was up, other days it was down. And most of the day it's down because you don't know. You believe that coaching is about serving, but when you become an online entrepreneur or online coach, suddenly your intention is not serving. It's like, oh, I need to get client. It's just, I need to do the marketing. So you switch that focus. Everything is about, oh, I need to have 10K month. I need to have 20K month. I need to have this K month. So you unconsciously become a part of the rat race. This is what I see now after 6 years. I see the new entrepreneurs. They are in the rat race. They have this dream because they somehow experience the transformation. Like most of us, we experience the transformation, and we feel this is our call. We want to do exactly the same. We want to help the community. We want to help people, right? But when you join the online community, everything becomes different. It's all about hunting clients. So you become them, you're just hunting, hunting, hunting. Nothing is happening because the clients, the prospect, they will sense the energy.
That's so true.
You are actually reaching out to them from a place of neediness, not from a place of service, which were your first intention.
That's so
So lots of new coaches or entrepreneurs, they do exactly the same. And then they end up jumping from one course to another course, one coach to another coach, right? And they're like, hey, I wasted so much money, I wasted so much time, nothing is happening.
Exactly. And they give up.
They gave up.
The reality is, like Tony Robbins says, clarity plus resourcefulness equal like success is success. So successful is both clarity and resourcefulness. A lot of entrepreneurs have the resource, but they don't actually have the clarity. They don't have the clarity of who they are, what they want to do, where they want to be in maybe 1 year and 2 year and 3 year. And above all, they are putting unlogical goals on their dream. Like they say, okay, I want to make $1 million. Like the first year they started to say, I want to make $1 million in this year. Like this is something, this is illogical. Like you have to put a number on your dream that you can make it. Start step by step. So, and clarity is one of the other things that brings fear, stress, anxiety, fear of failure, because they don't really know what they want to do. And as you said, they will forget when they are in this space. They will forget about what they really want and why they really started. So for me, the one thing that's really important at this time, I always reminded myself, and I always remind myself, why did I start? What was my real why to start this? Was it just making money because I already had money? I already had another business, which was not money. So is it just money, making more money? Or is it just like, this is something you're passionate about? Because a lot of people start to make money, they are not doing something they are passionate about. So if that's not something that you're passionate about or they are passionate about, of course they will be lost in this space. Mm-hmm. They will be lost, and this will bring them a lot of anxiety and stress, and they will get lost because they say, why am I not making money? And then a lot of negative beliefs about money, about this space, about what they are doing, about entrepreneurship will come to their mind, and they will believe like this is all fake, and they will give up at some point. I have seen a lot of entrepreneurs when I started. If I tell you, I started by 2017, actually. I started by 2017 Forex. I did Forex, affiliate marketing, e-commerce. I did a lot of other things like graphic designing. I did so many things, and I've been in all of them, and I realized it, like I changed them because that was not something for me, and I was getting upset because that was not something for me. Mm-hmm. And I was getting upset because, I'm not making money from all of those things. I was making money from my Forex, and it's a lot of money, and I'm thankful for that. But from the other things I was trying to do, I was trying to try new ways, because I knew there was something else in my mind that I want to do, but I didn't know what was that. So I gave myself a chance to try new things. And then I'm at this point, and being a coach, being a high performance coach, helping ladies to increase their performance, to unblock their performance potentials, their mindset barriers, limitation beliefs. This is exactly what I'm here. Like when I look back, nobody, like this is a very important point, nobody can connect the dots of your life looking forward. You can only connect the dots looking backward. So when I look back to my life and what I have been through in my life, personal life, and my business, and everything that I have been through, I realize that, like, okay, I've been through all of this to be here. So I'm always reminding myself of my true why I started. Why? What was my real why? And I'm not going to give up. A lot of entrepreneurs, when I started, they were just they were going so fast, and they were making a lot of money, like better than me. But now all of them have stopped, like they are stopped. Yeah. Why? Because that was not what they wanted to do. But I'm not. Yeah. Even though I was going slower than them, but I didn't stop. Yeah. So about this,
yeah. So it's all about having this consistency, right? Some people, they, as you said, they are not aware of the whys. So what I suggest my client is to write down the whys, 20 whys, and then with each why, write down again why this is a why, So write down another 5 whys for that, to find it like kind of, okay, this is what's behind the layers, because there are layers upon layers. So you
Mm.
are actually just kind of going deeper with yourself. Okay, what is that I really want? Is that something I really want? And if this is something I really want, whatever I experience of challenges, that's a part of my growth. Learning growth is painful, and that's part of the whole thing. The more you grow, the more challenges you will face. It's not like you're going to jump straight away to the top. It's not going to happen. So it's like a baby. When newborn baby, they're not like starting running straight away. They're learning to
Oh,
sit, they're learning to stand, and then they're learning to walk slowly, and then they walk. Same with entrepreneurs. Like you start with a dream. You're not going to jump to the top straight away. You need to learn how to crawl first before you start to run.
so true. So about our topic, like money mindset or topic, what is the importance of studying this, getting to know this like on a deeper level for entrepreneurs, especially startup entrepreneurs? According to you, what's the importance of this topic for entrepreneurs?
So I feel like now, as we are starting, like every entrepreneurs, when they start, they have their own money story, right? And the more you are aware of your money story, the more easy it will be for you to get rid of those limiting beliefs, if there are some limiting beliefs, and then create that flow in your business. Because lots of time we as an LP trainer, I know that that the belief starts from your childhood. So sometimes we have heard discussions between the parents. Okay, I'm struggling or I'm not struggling. Oh, like especially if you're immigrant, um, child, or parents have immigrated, you know that there always a discussion going on in the home. Like, no, we need to send money back home. We need to do this. And because I've worked with women of color, doesn't matter if you're second generation or third generation, you still have this kind of stories from your parents' generation. But it's not your parents' fault that you are still keeping on to those beliefs. It's your responsibility as a coach, as an entrepreneur, to change those beliefs. Because if you somehow believe that, we all have heard that that money don't grow on trees, right?
Well, true.
We all have heard that you have to work hard for money. You have to work hard. And then what I see with women of color is also like you are not getting the same opportunities as others. So you have to work a bit extra hard, and the more, like also in the corporate world or in any organization, you will find people with color, like no on the first maybe step or the second, but the higher you go on the ladder, the fewer people of color are there. They're not many top leaders, and you see the same in entrepreneurship as well. The higher you go on the ladder, the fewer people are there. All the if you see the high end coaching programs, they're run by non like they're run by non they're run by white people,
Mm,
right?
that's
And even in the panels, they're just white people who are invited. Where are the people of color? So that's one of my passion, right? Where are the people of color? And also when it comes to money mindset, we have those stories, and we are supposed to change those stories. Like especially if you are in a self-development journey, you start with yourself. If you don't take yourself deeper, if you don't take the veils or the layers away, how are you going to help your clients? Lots of time we are just thinking about, okay, this is most of the time people are not even aware of the story they have unconsciously, so everything happens unconsciously. So we need to actually start digging that deeper. Okay, what are the money stories I have heard from my parents, and how can I do that differently, right? So it's all about getting to the root cause or the root problem, and removing that. Not that the stories will be removed or the event will be removed. The event will be removed there, but the story can be changed, because you can change your own story when it comes to money mindset,
true.
and especially in entrepreneurship. people will say, oh my God, like, lots of my clients, they say the same thing. Oh my God, it's so high. It's so hard to get clients. It's so hard to find clients. And I'm like, okay, how often are you in your messenger? Oh, I don't like connecting with people. I feel salesy, right? I feel salesy. I don't want to raise my prices. I just want to give, and sometimes women of color, they're conditioned to give, they're conditioned to sacrifice. So when they start their own business, they still come from that point of view, even though they have done some inner work,
True.
right? But they're still holding themselves back, because if someone says, oh, I am broke, I don't know how to do that, and then you end up giving them for free because you really want to help them, and then somehow you allow your troublemakers come in. What I mean by troublemakers are that emotions like guilt coming in. Oh my God, God will ask you. This person came to you and you refused to help that person, right? So we all create that story. Oh my God, like no, I need to help that person. But hey, you are not running a charity shop. You are running a business.
Mm.
You need to value your time. You need to value your expertise, right? So that's what, when you work on your money mindset, you will work on those kind of layers as well. Okay, what's coming up for me now? Why am I holding myself back? Why is it uncomfortable to raise prices? Why is it uncomfortable for me to say, hey, my coaching program is X, Y, and Z? Why do I hear my voice coming from that corner?
Mm.
Right? So it's all about, developing that confidence that it's okay to ask. It's okay to get no, because it's not about you as a person. It's about that person don't see the value of the change they
That's
want in
true.
their life, you
That's
know?
true.
So the moment you make everything personal about you, it means like, it's a red flag. It means you need to do some inner work to get rid of those beliefs that are holding you back.
That's so true. I always say 80% of success of any business relies on mindset, 20% on strategy.
Yeah.
Only 20% on strategy, like let's say marketing. Well, while like maybe even 50% of marketing is about psychology, is about mindset too. 50%, let's say 80% of sales is mindset.
Yeah.
It's all about mindset. So 80% of success of any business relies on mindset, only 20% on strategy. So that's why I always say, whatever you do, you start working on your confidence, what you really want to do, like clarity of what you really want to do. And as you say, like when they start, they have a lot of like these beliefs. Like they say, I might not be enough for this.
Yeah.
When they get a no, they say, oh, that means maybe there's something wrong with me. Maybe
Yeah.
I'm not good enough to make money. Maybe I'm not good enough for this journey. Maybe I'm not good enough for this space, for this online space. Maybe I am
Yeah.
the one. Maybe there's something wrong with what I have, my knowledge. So
Yeah.
a lot of people, when they get no, they start asking themselves these questions.
The,
While the problem is not with them. I always say, if someone, you have to know, like entrepreneurs have to know, if they want to get a client, they have to talk at least to 100 people to get a client.
yeah.
they,
One
they
client. Yeah.
have to they have to I always say, you have to know that you have to talk to 100 people to get one client. So you
Yeah.
already know that you will get 99 no and only one yes. So you
Yeah.
don't have to take no for an answer. You don't have to take it personally. You don't have to say that, hey, I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough for this place. You shouldn't be asking yourself. You shouldn't be asking your knowledge. You shouldn't be doubting yourself just because you get a no. No, you already know that you will get 99 no, only one yeses. So
Yeah.
one yes, you shouldn't. So you shouldn't be doubting your ability. You shouldn't be
Yeah.
taking this personally. So, what are those major beliefs that you would say a startup entrepreneur might have? So they have to work on, because we have to say, like, these are the beliefs. So we have to say, okay, you should be doing this about these beliefs. So what are those major beliefs you would say they have?
So one thing which is major with all kind of people, that's the imposter syndrome, That's the major one. Even the research shows that 2/3 of women, they have imposter syndrome,
Mm.
right? And they struggle with that. And what I mean by imposter syndrome is that I'm not good enough. Not only that I'm not good enough, but I'm not good enough when it comes to my coaching program. I'm not good enough when it comes to raising my prices. I'm not good enough when I'm like, reaching out to people. So everything, the root cause will be I am not good enough, right? And the thing is that when you come from a place where unconsciously you have this belief that I'm not good enough, you can do some inner work, and then you still don't know how to go further, right? Because lots of time what I see with online entrepreneurs is that there is a trend going on, like, everything is about self-love. Everything is about, oh, we need to have self-love, we need to do healing, we need to do X, Y, and Z, right? But when I work with entrepreneurs and the coaches, I don't see self-love. I see that they are burning out. Yet on the online space, they're portraying themselves that, hey, self-love is so important. You need to take out time. They're preaching people about that. But when it comes to them, they're working like, oh my God, I have to work 12 hours. I'm ignoring my kids. I'm ignoring my family. I'm ignoring myself because I need to get some clients. I need to pay my bill. That's a reality, right?
That's so
The dream you have when you start, oh, I'm not going to work from 9 to 5. That dream is kind of, you end up working 12 hours. You
well.
end up working from 8 to 10, right? And then you're like, oh my God, I'm just building my business. I'm just building my business. You're sitting with family, you're still on their phone, right? I'm just connecting with prospects. So what happens is that in that rat race, I call it for rat race,
Mm.
you kind of you forget to be present with yourself, with your family. That's the dream. That's why you started your own business.
That's so true.
So
It's
the
really
major
believe in
belief,
that.
yeah.
Believe
So
in that.
yeah. So the major belief, what I see in entrepreneurs is the lack of trust in themselves and
Mm.
the product they create. And as a sales expert, I know that if you are not 100% convinced about your product, no one is going to buy it. It's like, if even if I go to someone and the product is amazing, and the one who is selling to me their coaching package is like, yeah, and you just sense from their body language, from their tonality, the word they use, that they're not convinced, you're not going to buy it. On the other hand, you meet someone, the program is maybe not amazing, but the person is so confident. They're like, oh, my program is what you need. And they know your pain point. They know the result you need. You end up buying that program,
True.
you
That's
know? So the self-doubt in newbies, this is a huge thing. The self-doubt, and then the fear of missing out.
mm.
So sometimes it's not about consuming knowledge. It's not going to help you to jump from one course to another course to another course and thinking, oh, I need this diploma, I need that diploma, I need this to get clients. It's not going to help you. Your prospects, your clients will not ask you for the proof. Show me your diploma. They are interested in themselves. They need to know how you can help them. And this is something I see over and over again, especially with women of color, you
Mm.
know. And I think that's also because, unfortunately, people of color, we are not used to that reality that, okay, it's okay to seek help. It's okay to be vulnerable. We don't want to own that. It's hard to be vulnerable. It's hard to share your kind of your struggles with other people, right?
That's so
But
true.
white person, they learn that from childhood. It's okay to seek help. It's okay, even though sometimes it's a taboo in the culture, but they're more used to seek help and ask for help, and they are more open to being vulnerable. While our community, the Black community, the colored community, we don't want to share people our struggles. We want to put the mask on. Everything is going fine, you
Yeah,
know.
that's
And the
true.
behind the scenes, you're like, oh my God, I'm freaking out. You know?
That's so true. I always say, okay, I'm someone, I was born and raised in Iraq, and And I always say, if I am someone, I work with ladies from UK, from Europe, from US, and I always tell them, you know what? If I am someone that I can make it from here, from this part of the world that a lot of people even fear to mention it, if I can make it here, why you can't make it there? You can
Yeah.
make it much better, 10
Yeah.
times better than me. I always say this. And another thing is this, you know what? When I started, you mentioned like a lot of people work so hard, and I must be honest, there were times that I didn't sleep for 35 hours. There were times I didn't sleep for 2 days. And I
Yeah.
was working and I was working because I know that for me, I must work, like, as you say, for women with color. And for like, maybe I can add this to was for Middle Eastern ladies, for a
Mhm.
lady from this part of the world, we must try. I already know that if someone from US have to work like around 10 hours a day, for me, I have to work 20, I have to work 15 hour, 18 hour to make it happen. So that I know this will help me. I know it will take
Mhm.
a lot of time. It needs a lot of sacrifice, but I know I have to do this. But at the same time, as you mentioned, I didn't forget about family. I didn't forget about myself. The best thing I have done for myself is when I wake up every day, I go to gym. I never forget about my workout. I never forget about my diet, which should be, must be healthy. And
Absolutely.
how many cups of water I have to drink per day. My skin routine every single day that I
Yeah.
shouldn't, because if I have to prove someone that they can change their life, I have to do that for myself before anyone.
Yeah.
So
You have to lead by example.
exactly, I have to be my own example, my example for myself. I have to prove that for myself. I have to be convinced with myself and my program and whatever I have.
Yes.
This way unconsciously I can make someone believe that I can help them, because
Yeah.
I'm already convinced with what I have and what I can do for someone. So,
Yeah.
as you said, like a lot of those beliefs they have is they are not. They say maybe I'm not enough. Maybe I'm not enough. Maybe I'm not good. Like there's a major belief. Maybe we all have heard that people with money are greedy, or they are not spiritual, or they are not good, they,
Yeah.
they feel nothing. We
Yeah.
have all heard this belief from our childhood when we grown up, especially if we are grown up in a middle or low class family, right? So we have always heard this, and when we grow up, we have this. It's programmed in here. So we say, okay, maybe one of those things that hold people back from being an entrepreneur and trying to be an entrepreneur, trying to start their business, they say, I don't want to be a greedy person. I don't want to be a person who is not spiritual anymore, who's not making time for family and friends. That's not reality. If you work hard for few years, you'll be more available for your family and friends.
Yes.
You will
Yeah.
be more available for them. You can help them more.
Yeah.
So this is one of the other beliefs. So what are the other beliefs that you have in mind?
No, thank you for sharing that. This one is really good because it's also like money is evil, right? Or
True.
I'm not going to be spiritual, or I'm just going to be a greedy, or money is hard to earn, or I don't deserve money.
True.
That's another thing. Like, unconsciously you believe that you don't deserve. I'm not worthy of money. I'm not worthy of success. So all these kind of like, you can number them, but all these like kind of beliefs, sometimes you believe that, okay, this is a good belief that I have to work hard for money. But in reality, you don't have to work hard. You just need to work smart for money, right? It's not like you have to work hard to earn money. And it's not like you have to, I think this is something, it's interesting what you said, like, that you have to work double to be where you are today, as a like kind of woman of color or Middle Eastern, like, a woman from Middle East. But I do believe that this is something our generation is changing. That, okay, we we are the one who is like here realizing thing, okay, this is happening and this is not fair. Like, it's not fair that I have to work 20 hours, someone else needs to work 10 hours and is doing exactly the same work as I, but I have to give my 10 hours more. You find that in every single organization as well, that women of color, they have to do the extra one to prove them that right, to say that, okay, this is my part of the table. They have to be like this, like, okay, I need to be a bit like this to be recognized for who I am. But the reality is, I'm like, my mission is to change this reality, that we don't need to do that all the time, that we are accepted for who we are, that we don't need to work our, like, 20 hours or 30 hours, that we work 10 hours similar as others and we still earn the same amount as others, if not more. you
Mm.
know so this is like, this is why I am so passionate about that. Like, if we are bold, when I say bold, it means that we own our thing, we own our pain, we own our situation, we own our environment, and say, okay, I'm bold enough to talk about this thing. I'm bold enough to say I deserve money. I'm bold enough to say I love money and money loves me. So when you are bold enough to create that space within you, money will flow. you know Money is energy. It will, like, it will flow. It's therefore I always advise to give away money, in charity. The more you give, the more it will come to you.
True.
It's like it's a flow. You need to give. But lots of time when you are a newbie as entrepreneur, you are like, no, I'm just holding it to me because I need to invest. I need to do this. I need to pay the bills. But the thing is, or the secret is, the more you give, the more it will come. You know
That's so true.
and and if you have this fear, like, sometimes the fear is attached to money. If you fear money, that I will not have enough money, right? I'm
Mm.
from a low class or middle class or whatever class. I don't have enough money. Money will not stay with me. It will, like, the fear attached to money, it will create blocks inside you.
That's true. That's so
you know
true.
so
I
let
do.
go of that fear as well. That, like, let go of that fear, and also think, like, people say you eat what you become. You, like, what you eat, you will, something, I don't remember that word, like, you are what you eat. Yeah, you are what you eat. But I say you are what you think. If you end up thinking, oh, I'm not good enough, then you're not good enough.
You will
Because that's what you're gonna attract.
you will be
Because
what
you
you
will.
believe. Yeah. You will be
Yeah.
what you believe.
Yeah, because you will, like, that, it will have an effect on your, like, our thoughts will have an effect over our emotions.
Mm.
Again, our emotion will have an effect over our behavior, the state within. If the physiology is like, oh my god, I don't deserve money, I don't know when the next client will come, oh my god, I'm just having panic attack, I can't breathe. It's that inner state, physiology, thoughts, emotions, language,
Mm.
the physiology, they are attached to each other.
That's so
So
true.
if you want to change that, you can do that, because thoughts, they are illusion. They're not reality. When you were born, you were born without those thoughts.
Mm.
Then you created those thoughts because
That's
you
true.
picked up on different things. So now, as an entrepreneur, it's time to let go of those thoughts that are not serving you.
Well,
If the thoughts are not serving you, then, you know,
that's so true. I always say one way, one strategy can help us to undone what we have always believed in, like what we have always thought this is true. Because we have, like, our mind is programmed in a way about money. If you have these beliefs about money, so the best way to undone this is to know what are those words you use with I am.
mhm,
Because what comes after I am will be your reality. What comes after I am will be your reality. A lot of us are so we care so much about what are those words we use towards someone. We say we don't want to hurt them. We don't want to be unkind. We want to be nice person. We are so we care so much about their feeling We don't care about ours. We are using a lot of these negative thoughts about ourselves. Say, I am not enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not enough for the space, I don't have enough knowledge, I'm lazy, I don't make enough money. So whatever those words that comes after I am that you are using will be your reality. So I always say, be careful of those words you use after I am. What you use after I am will be your reality. So one strategy that I always recommend to undo this in your mind is, instead of say I'm not good enough, say I am enough. Instead of say I am not making money, say I am rich. Because I always have, personally, till now, I always have morning affirmations. I'm good, I'm healthy, I'm rich, I make money, money comes to me, I'm beautiful, I'm talented, I am, thank you God for another day, for another opportunity. I have a new day, I have an opportunity, I am beautiful, I am capable, I am strong, I'm talented. So I use all of these I ams every morning. So you people have to use all of these words that they need. Don't think about, don't say this, I am not like that. But if you use it, you are calling it in the universe. Like it will come to you, because mine is like a magnet. When you say it, it will come to you. It will come to you. You are attracting these things. When you say I am beautiful, after a while, after a few days, when you look at the mirror, you say, yeah, I'm beautiful. You absolutely convincing yourself that you're beautiful. I was like this long ago. I was thinking I'm terrible, I'm not beautiful. So I started doing these morning affirmations. Then now I love myself. Like if someone, even if I hear someone says that you're not beautiful, I'm like, you know what? You have no. I'm like, you know what? You have no idea about what beautiful looks like. That's what I say, because now I'm so sure about who I am and what I am. I love myself, and I think I'm beautiful. So I'm done. Thank you so much. You too. So I have programmed my own mind in the way I want. So if someone have these beliefs, if you want to get rid of it, the best way is just to use the opposite word after I am. Say I'm healthy, I am beautiful, I'm rich, I'm wealthy. I'm doing all of these like as a morning or daily affirmations. Believe me, after 10 to 20 days, it's in your mind.
You're reprogramming.
Yes, exactly. So let's move to some other questions, if you don't mind.
Yes.
Tell me, whenever you started this journey, from, let's say, coaches, from parents, from friends, what have been the best advice you have got about money?
I think the best advice I have got about money is that don't fear money. Don't fear money, and also that money is energy.
True.
So as soon as I shifted that money is energy, I love money. It's not kind of, some people, or before, for a couple of years back, it was hard for me to say I love money, because it made me like really uncomfortable, thinking like, oh my God, rich people, they are evil people, they are greedy, they are saving money. So I'm saying like, I love money. Just like, oh my God, it's like make me sick. I love money. Like, oh my God, I'm so selfish. I'm so greedy, maybe. But I think now it's like, yeah, I love money, because money can buy lots of things. People say money can't buy happiness, but I say money can buy happiness. If money can buy happiness, because if it makes you happy to go to a spa or to a fancy vacation, that money can buy, happiness for you.
There's a trend. Sorry for interrupting. There's a trend on Instagram and on TikTok. They say, if you think money can't buy happiness, come to Dubai, honey. Come to Dubai. I always say that. So if you think that money can't buy happiness, come to Dubai, honey. Come to Dubai, and you will see.
Yeah. So yeah, I like kind of, and I do believe that true happiness comes within. not from material things, but it's like within. But then you are responsible for what makes you happy.
That's so true. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So, what have been the worst advice you got, not just about money, about anything, like generally, when you started this journey? What was the worst advice you have ever been given by someone?
Give up.
Stop.
Give up. Yeah, give up. This is not for you.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So, what would you say? Um, do you have any advice? What are those advices about money management that you would give to entrepreneurs?
So I would say, like, that's a really good question, because when you start as an entrepreneur, it's so important to have proper systems, right? When you start getting clients, you need to have a proper system how to spend that money. So you need to think about the taxes, you need to think about the saving, you need to think about how to pay yourself, and if you have a team, you need to think how you're going to pay your team as well. Lots of entrepreneurs, something I did as well, that as soon as I started getting clients, I was like, oh my god, I need to buy this, I need to spend money here and there, right? And when it comes to taxes, I was like, again, in debt, right?
Mm.
So, like, I would recommend that book, Profit First, First
Mm.
Profit. So it's more about, uh, um, you know, if you start following that structure, it will help you a lot. Because it's also about, what I learned from that is also about not only saving money for me, but also giving in charity, that 10% you give away. And I just love that, because it's a proper system, you know,
That's true.
and I think it's so important that new entrepreneurs, they also focus on the proper system,
Mm.
when how to use income coming in, how to generate income, but also how to spend that in the right way. You need to have saving, for yourself. You need to have a buffer,
Mm.
just if something happen, where is the money gonna come from, right? So
So,
it's all about having that mindset. But I remember when I first started, I didn't have nothing of that, you know So I think lots of entrepreneurs, they do exactly the same, that they don't have proper systems in place.
that's
So that's really important, that you have proper systems, and also write down, play with your numbers. It's so important to know your numbers, not only what's coming in, but also what's going out, and also numbers on how many people you are connecting with,
mm,
how many are going to say yes, how many are saying no to you. you know all those numbers, you need to know your numbers when
that's
you're building up your business.
that's
That's
so true.
very important.
So for me, I always say when I was because I was the first thing I have ever done. My first job was teacher. It was English language teacher, and then after that, I started working in university, teaching in university, and then my forex business, and then the other types of business, and then this one. You know, so I remember I've always said, if you want to have money, if you want to make money, if you want to make money, don't spend a money that you don't have it.
Yeah.
There are a lot of entrepreneurs or clients. I have had a few clients. They were like, okay, I'm gonna take someone to take care of my kids for $3,000-4,000. Okay. Okay. I
Yeah.
was like asking them how much money you make. They were like $5,000 or $2,000. I was like, okay, so how do you give someone $3,000 then when you don't have it? How
Yeah.
do you think of hiring someone to take care of your kids for $3,000 when you don't have the money? So
Yeah.
you always have to spend a money. You don't need to spend the money that you don't make it. So make money, then spend it if you want.
Yeah.
This is the first thing. And secondly, you have to look at money. People have to look at money as like expenses that they have to, and they have to look at their expenses, minimize their expenses. For example, if you are shopping every week, every month, you don't have to. If you want to be a millionaire, you can't be a millionaire by spending $1,000 every month.
Yeah.
spending $1,000 every like 2-3 weeks, every even once every 2 months. It's a lot in just closing. If you want to be a millionaire after one month, or after 1 year, after 2 years, you have to know how much money you spent by now, and how much money you spend, and how much money you save. So for this, I would always recommend something. Put an alarm on your phone. This is my strategy. Put an alarm on your phone, and every morning when you wake up, look at your bank account. Look how much money you have. If you do this every morning, you start minimizing your expenses. Say, okay, I have this much, because you have to say, I always say, my expense and my money shouldn't be all, for example, under, for example, for me, I would say not be under $10,000. Okay. What I have in my bank account shouldn't be less than this. Shouldn't be less than, for example, let's say $50,000. Shouldn't be less than $5,000. It's just about your level, in which level you are in your business. So just put an alarm on your phone. Put an alarm on your phone and look at your phone, your bank account every morning. Say, how much money do I have? If you look at this, unconsciously, you will start reducing your expenses, because you don't want to spend. Don't want to spend, because you say, you look at your goal, and now you look at your money. If every morning it will grow, if every day it will grow, and you will see yourself, you are getting closer to your goal, and you will reduce your expenses. So this is one strategy worked for me very well. I used for like a long time, and I still use it. Just for money management. And I always say, I have some more advices. I always say, instead of, like, for startup entrepreneurs, especially, if you are going out with your friends every weekend, if you are going for like let's say, traveling with your friends like every month, or every 2 months, you have to know that you have a goal. Reduce these things, replace these things with something else. Instead of just going somewhere with a taxi and coming back, if you don't have a car, going with taxi and come back, okay, use bus, right? Use bus, use something else, spend less money. It's just like very small things. You might just save more money. It's okay to use bus. It's okay to use metro or whatever, train, like inside cities, it's okay. There's no problem with that. It's okay to not have a car. It's okay. Your goal is different from mine. My goal is different from yours. I shouldn't be comparing myself with you. So I always use these strategies for myself personally, and I always recommend to others. Do you have any other things in your mind, maybe about money management, you would want to recommend?
So I would also say that they're great strategies, but I would also say that also be aware of the thoughts coming up when, like, the thought you have attached to the money, right? Because your money mindset, the money mindset you have, it will be also shown by the way you spend money. Often, as you going back to what you shared, is it's important. The way you spend money will also show how you behave, the patterns you have created in your business. Like I'm sure you have read this book, Poor Dad Rich Dad.
Yeah,
right. So it's like a poor dad will spend money, like as a millionaire. A rich dad will invest money, right? And it's all about investing time and money in yourself by saving money. It's not like, okay, now I have 50,000 in the account, I need to spend it. No, you don't need to spend it. You have the choice to spend it or not. And if you feel that need, you need to know the strategies you use, because in NLP we have these strategies. Okay, if you have money, what strategy are you using when you spend money? Is it like kind of abstract sort coming in? I need that shirt today, I need to buy that today. Is it just like you touch that and you feel like, oh, this is something I need? So you step back and you just think, okay, is that something that will, Maria Tokwendo style as well, will that bring some joy in my life or not? And most of the time you will like if you like to spend, you will know that if you start asking yourself that question, you will know that it's not going to bring joy in your life. It's just that you just feel like I need to have it because of your old behavior or pattern. This is something you need to work on. And also I would say write down every day, and that's what helped me as well. Okay, how do I want to spend money? How do I want to spend money? Do I need to spend money today? On what? Necessarily things is okay, but if you're going to a 5-star restaurant every day because you just want to, you have money now, you want to enjoy it, then you need to know that, okay, what's coming the next month, the third month, second month, third month. You need to have a goal. Okay, I'm hitting 2022 now. How much money do I need to in my account? And if there is money in your account, how am I gonna use that? And do I need to use that really? You can save that for a later opportunity. And I don't say that it's you shouldn't enjoy money. I think it's a part of that as well. If you have money, go and enjoy it, but with kind of having that in mind. Okay, this is from the 10% or 20% I take out for myself, right, in the business. And okay, 20%, I can, if I can afford to go to spa every day, I'll do that. It brings joy to my life. But again, as I mentioned in this earlier, that if you have a system, then you won't feel guilty. If you are taking out 20% of whatever you are earning in your business, go and enjoy life. There's no harm. If you want to book a limousine, you can do that.
Yeah.
But again, you're not taking that money out of your saving. You're not taking that money out from the buffer account. You're not taking that money from your bills. You have a proper system. And when you have a proper system, go and enjoy.
That's true. That's so true.
You know?
Yes, that's amazing. Like that's an amazing strategy to do, especially and to remind yourself and write it down and read it and see it to do these things every
Yeah.
day and every week at least.
Yeah. But once in
Yeah,
a week is,
it's it's amazing because you remind yourself these things and you just say you think of your goals and you think of these things and if you do it, it will get you closer and closer to your goals. So, one more thing I would say, what would be the 2 or 3 top books you would recommend about money?
I would say the about the wealth barrier from Steve Chandler. That's a good one.
Okay.
Another one is Lucky Bitch, Get Rich Lucky Bitch by Denise. And the Secret of Six-Figure, women.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
So,
I think it's from someone called Barbara.
mm,
Yeah.
okay. So, what are let's say, top 5 other books you have, that the best books you have ever read about entrepreneurship, about life? Top 5 books that you would recommend?
Um, I think the top one is The Alchemist. That literally changed a lot of things for me because that was the first book which actually introduced me into, self-development industry. When I read that, it was hard for me to put it down. And another book is, the 7 Habits, Effective Habits by Steve Connolly. That was a good one. And I would say Fearless by Steve Chandler. Actually, all books from Steve Chandler are really good.
Yeah.
Deep work. Robin Sharma is another favorite author of mine.
Yeah.
5 a.m. Club. So there are several books, but The Alchemist is the one that is standing out for me.
I would agree with that, definitely. So, this was a great opportunity for me, and thank you so much for all the information you shared with me and our audience. It was my honor to be here with you, to talk to you. It was my pleasure. I learned a lot from you, and thank you so much for taking your time and be here with us, Ambreen.
Now, thank you so much for inviting me. It's such an honor to be here with you as well, and share our thoughts and experiences with each other.
Thank you
I
so much.
really enjoyed it.
Thank you so much, and hope you have a nice day.
You too.
Bye bye. See you
Bye.
later. Bye bye.